So that's a very short intermezzo. I'm going to now hand over to Harry Otten to introduce the Harry Otten Prize, the winner, if there is one. Oh no, sorry,
yeah,
you have a
no, I will pick it when I need it.
I'll leave it here.
Okay, excellent. Well, my speech was written for me, so there is nothing about in it that I have put in it. But first of all, I'm very grateful that so many people came here to see all the awards. That makes me really very happy. A very short introduction to myself. I'm Harry Otten. I'm the founder and the former CEO of Meteor Group. And the idea for the prize also came from me, the Harry Otten Prize for Innovation in Meteorology. I'll give you a short summary of the prize and its history, the amount, the purpose of it, and what we hope to see from it. The foundation was created in 2011 to encourage innovation in meteorology for the benefit of society. The main purpose of the foundation is to award the prize for innovation in meteorology. The goal of this prize-winning competition is to present an idea that is innovative, practical, realizable, and brings meteorology forward in society. The prize will recognize ideas that will enable a clearly innovative contribution to meteorology, to society, and that are not already being developed elsewhere. The first prize round was in 2012 and was awarded in 2013, and then onwards every 2 years. The winner of the competition will receive 25,000 euros in cash, and it is also foreseen to grant a lower amount to the second and the third prize. Winners will retain full rights to their ideas. There's a website, of course, where guidance is given to what kind of ideas could have won the prize, as well as some examples of ideas that fall outside the scope of the prize. Just Google Harry Otten Prize and you will see it, because when I give a URL to you, you forget it immediately, but it's easy to Google. I'm extremely proud of the board that we have for the foundation. Chairman Rick Entis from the United States, former president of UCAR, who I have known since 1980 already when I was a visiting student at Penn State University. Dominique Marbouty from France, the former director not only of EMS, but also, of course, of ECAM WF, and we had lots of conversations about what kind of data to use and everything like that. Well, everybody will remember the discussions. Dennis Schulze, my good friend from Germany, who leads Meteor Group Germany. Tanja Segnar from Slovenia. Initially we had Jill Peters, but her health condition was too poor, and I'm very proud that you, who just won a prize here, that you are a member of the board. And Leo Kroon from the Netherlands, from Wageningen University, who just got a prize. Wageningen is in the center of the world, as you can see. And Leo is the successor to Hans Rijf, who died all of a sudden in January of last year, and who was the chairman of the foundation up to that point. It is obvious that I'm not a member of the board, from the jury for the prize. So I'm not a member, I have no influence whatsoever. I don't even know who is going to win the prize this afternoon. 2012 was the first year of prize awards, but the first prize was awarded in 2013 at the EMS meeting in Reading in the United Kingdom to Karolina Stanisławska from Poland for her idea, Social Media for Meteorological Prediction and Information. The process of this last year, in summary, from October 2014, the new competition began. Short proposals could come in, brief concept of ideas, and they were submitted at that time. On the 10th of March 2015, there was the deadline for the submission of the short proposals. A total of 13 proposals from 11 different countries were received. They came from Cuba, Finland, France, Greece, Italy, Israel, Philippines, Spain, Sweden, Russia, and the United Kingdom. The ideas included new instruments, applications from satellites and aircraft, weather camera applications, automated helicopter soundings, education for children on climate and weather, using crowdsourcing to obtain weather data, and climate and weather decision aid systems. On the 13th of March 2015, there was the pre-selection. From the 13 proposals, 5 semi-finalists were selected. And shortly after the pre-selection, each semi-finalist received a set of questions for additional information from the jury. On the 10th of June of this year, there was the second evaluation round, and the selection came down to 3 finalists. After a thorough discussion, the jury could select the 3 finalists. The next prize will be awarded in September 2017 at the EMS meeting in Dublin in Ireland. The overall process will be very similar to the previous process, with first the submission of short proposals starting on the 15th of October 2016 and due on the 10th of March 2017, and then the announcement and the process and deadlines for submitting IDs will be posted soon on the website that you know how to find now through Google. And now I would like to start with the presentation of the prize, and I would invite the 3 finalists to the stage. So, Rogiros Stapakis and Alexandros Charalamboulis, please come to the stage. Oh, he's very far in the back. Olivier Bouchier from France, and Tim Hoosen from the ECMWF. Yesterday they gave their presentations in a presentation of about half an hour. If you don't want to look at the light, you can stand a little bit aside because it will ruin your eyes. But anyway, I followed all 3 lectures with very great interest. And I'm so curious who will win the prize, because it's in the envelope and I just don't know it. Rogiros Stapakis and Alexandros Charalamboulis from Cyprus University of Technology, in Cyprus of course, they came with the following idea to use a methodology for the predicting of solar irradiance. The idea is to use a dense network of photovoltaic cells that are connected to a grid and monitored to determine time-dependent patterns of solar radiation reaching the ground. The information can be used by electrical power generation companies to help manage the balance of sources of power. And what I understood from the presentation, that you really would want to go down to the individual house where you have solar cells and that you really could pinpoint the clouds and could make an application for that. But the biggest money is not, as I can tell you, not for the electrical power generating companies, it is for the energy trading. So that's another use already. Then Olivier Bouchier from CNRS, Laboratoire de Météorologie Dynamique in France. The idea from him is to have low-cost upper troposphere observations for weather prediction from automatic detection of aviation contrails. The idea is to use a combination of an aircraft message receiver together with an all-sky camera to measure upper tropospheric humidity and winds through the analysis of aircraft condensation trails. So it's an enhancement to upper level information that is so crucial in weather prediction. I was much impressed by your presentation, as I was by all presentations. And then Tim Hoosen, do I pronounce it right? Good. From the ECMWF, that really has a place in my heart, the ECMWF, because already from the 70s I was working with ECMWF data, and when I started my company I wanted ECMWF data, so I'm one of the great users of ECMWF data, I've always been. Your idea is to predict flash floods using general circulation models. There was a big flash flood yesterday in Almeria, close to Almeria, in a little town. Amazing, you can see images on YouTube. Just a real flash flood, you see a wall of water coming and taking everything away, trees and cars and everything. So you want to predict the flash floods using the general circulation models that ECMWF is so strong at. The aim of this proposal is to predict the risk of flash floods by inferring subgrid variability in rainfall using simple, physically relevant parameters from a global model, using probability density functions determined by the subgrid precipitation pattern. The probability of an extreme rainfall event can be estimated. I will give you now some chocolates to bite on them, to wait for the final announcement. So that when you get the prize, you will not stand only with a mouthful of teas, but also with chocolates. And I invite you to sit again, and I guess that there will be 3 chairs here where you can sit. So please get seated. And then, you know, like in the Oscar nominations, the presenter opens an envelope, and there in the envelope should be the prize winner. And then the presenter normally says, "Ah!" So I will say, "Ah!" Well, here it is. The announcement of the winner. The winner is Olivier Boucher. Olivier's idea is to use a simple all-sky camera to observe aircraft condensation trails, and especially those linear clouds that sometimes form behind flying planes. This detection can be greatly facilitated if you know where to look for them. Using an aircraft message receiver, because you know from every aircraft at what elevation it flies and things like that, that gives you the location of all aircrafts flying above the receiver. You can then measure the width and the length of the contrails and their temporal evolution. These parameters can be translated into information about temperature, humidity, and wind. As temperature is reasonably well known, the main new information would be about humidity and winds. Modern numerical weather prediction assimilation systems are able to use such information that is often lacking. As such information would be observed in cloud-free areas, it would complement information from satellite atmospheric motion vectors. This proposal was evaluated as scientifically sound, technically feasible, and highly innovative. Its potential to improve the quality of numerical weather prediction would benefit all meteorological users. Olivier is research director in the French CNRS since 2011, after spending 6 years with the Met Office Hadley Centre in the UK. That is the climate centre, isn't it? His research interests include aerosol radiation cloud interactions, monitoring of atmospheric aerosols, Earth system and climate modeling, geochemical feedbacks, aviation impact on climate, and geoengineering. And what more, maybe you should go in bioclimatology and maybe you can win another prize. He has also been working for many years with the IPCC. You are one of the members of the IPCC, as I understand. Now I can present the prize to you. And So when I open this, you will see a check, which is in your name. So you will get 25,000 euros in cash as soon as the treasurer has come home and has access to the bank account again. So many congratulations to you. Now, can I say a few words? Yeah, I can say a few words.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very honored for this prize, and I wanted to thank Harry Otten in the first place for setting up the prize, and also the jury, because I think the jury is very brave to give a prize in meteorology to a climate scientist. Well, I found it very exciting, and I think it's only the first step, actually, to bring the idea into something more tangible. So I think there will be a follow-up. Thank you.
Maybe we should and I believe that I'm right when I say that the the two people that did not win the big prize, they will get 2,500 euros nevertheless, also when the treasurer is back home. So please give him your details of your IBAN bank account. Thank you very much.